We all know that Merle Watson was a man that had a lot of friends in the music community, and on stage now we have some of his closest friends and family to remember him in music and stories, and this time we'll turn things over to David Holt.
Check one.
Thank you, Russ. Well, it's great to be here and on this beautiful day to honor Merle Watson. You know, I remember when this festival started, just a couple of years after Merle passed away in a tragic tractor accident on October 23rd, 1985. A couple of years later, there was a festival just to honor Merle and to build this Garden of the Senses down there. We just had a flatbed pickup out here, basically, that we performed on. And it started small, and it began to grow. The festival expanded to this huge thing that it is. And you know, that, in a way, that is the way Merle was. He was a very expansive person. He was a guy that could do a lot of things. You might know him as a musician, but let me tell you, he could fly your airplane. He could build your house from the ground up. He could fix just about anything there was. And when it came to music, nobody learned faster than Merle Watson, or played better, really. And if you go around to these different cabins and the different tents and the different stages, you'll hear lots of different music here. But I can pretty much guarantee you that just about everybody in this festival who's playing has been influenced by Merle Watson, whether they knew Merle or not. Whether it's they learned a banjo lick from him, or a slide guitar lick, or a finger-picking lick, or they just listened to Doc and Merle and the way they intertwined their music that was just absolutely amazing. That influences all of us to this very day, the way the music just had drive and just fit together like a clock. It was just amazing. So we want to honor Merle Watson and think about him today, as we do through the whole festival, those of us who know him, because we know this festival is really in his honor. We're going to start off with a song that Merle loved to play on the banjo, and the band was named after this song, a great old mountain fiddle tune called Frosty Morn. And I remember Merle and I were sitting there talking about this one evening in about 1985, as a matter of fact, and talking about how these old songs, they weren't just a melody, but they had some kind of wisdom put in them. Some kind of wisdom that's in the melody itself that you couldn't put into words.
Even if the wisdom was attached to nostalgia, that sometimes it's so deep it hurts.
That's right. I need a little banjo mic here. I'm not sure that one's happening, but I'll just use my vocal mic if that's okay. Is it working?
Just a minute.
There we go. Oh.
What? No, you do it. I'll come in and I'll strum a little on your first break.
Play it together, Doc.
One more time.
Frosty Morn. Well, we've got a lot of...
If you could bring the brightness down on Doc's guitar, please. That's
better. My hearing loss ain't that bad.
Doc, why don't you start us off here with a song and pick something that would remind you of Merle?
Well, now where's that if I needed you key at, son? I'll be with you in just a minute there. If I needed you, it's a picking thing. Kind of features me and the man on my left over here. You may have to set this one out, David. I don't know. That man's pretty good on the banjo. He may grab it and pick it. If I Needed You is a good song, and I think, T, have you got a mic over there, good buddy?
Sir?
Yeah, he's got a mic.
I'm there.
Yeah,
You're not in my monitor. I'm sorry. I can't hear you.
Listen this out to Polly and Mary over there from Dunn, and also to Charlotte. They
Put
like
Doc's
Towns
vocal
Van
in number
Zandt.
2, please.
Check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, Joe. But if I needed you, would you come to me? Would you come to me, love, and ease my pain? If you needed me, I would come to you. I'd swim the seas for to ease your pain. Oh, the night's forlorn, ere the morning's born, but the morning shines with the light of love. You will miss the sunrise if you close your eyes, and that would break this old heart in two. Well, if I needed you, would you come to me? Would you come to me, love, and ease my pain? If you needed me, I would come to you. I'd swim the seas for to ease your pain. Oh, she's with me now, since love showed her how to lay that pretty little hand in mine. Surely you would agree, she's a pretty sight to see, and a treasure indeed for a man to find. And if I needed you, would you come to me? Come to me, love, and ease my pain. If you needed me, I would come to you. I'd swim the seas for to ease your pain. Yes, I'd swim the seas for to ease your pain.
Thank you, Doc.
Yeah, good to have you, buddy.
John, Let's start with you down there. Go down
Start
to
with
that
me?
end. Yeah, do you mind?
No, I don't mind.
You got a memory and or a tune or
I have.
John
He
Cowan
has
here.
no memory.
He has everything. Mr. John Cowan.
Now that's not true.
You know him, you love him.
He owes you money.
I'm a walker, so I get up early every day and walk. And I was out walking this morning, and I was thinking about Doc and Merle and Rosalie, and just thinking all sorts of wonderful things about our history and our past together. And who should I run into? And I never run into Doc. I run into him here at the festival, but it must have been a God moment, is all I can say. So the thing that I envy about Doc and Rosalie and Merle and their family is their sense of inclusiveness. And what I mean by that is if you pay attention to the music that goes on at this festival every year, you're going to hear everything. You're going to hear Celtic music and Cajun music and blues music, and that's the spirit of Merle that I remember, and that's the thing that I love about Doc and Rosalie is that they don't draw boundaries. If it's good, they like it and they include it, and I love that about this family, and I love that about Merle. And you know, when we were young men in the Newgrass Revival, it wasn't so much that we were rebels without a cause. We had a cause, but we were more often than not, back in the old days, rebels without applause. And, you know, it was pretty tough because when you decide you're going to do something new and different, it's a hard row to hoe. And the thing that was very sweet to us is there weren't a lot of people that were older than us that took us under their wing. And Merle took us under his wing, and Doc took us under his wing. And there was a lot of great people, great musicians that were kind to us and helpful to us and encouraged us. And they just said, you know, you guys can play, and that's all that matters to us. And so I want to publicly acknowledge that Merle was a wonderful mentor to us, as Doc has been. And this festival is a testament, I believe, to his heart and his spirit. So thank you, Doc. Thank you, Rosalie.
Thank you, John.
I'd like to do Some Old Day in the key of B. It starts 1 and then it goes 2 to 5. I don't have my bass. It's locked up in the truck. I couldn't get it. No one would lend me one. No.
Get a guitar. Yeah, grab a guitar, John.
I don't know how to play one.
It's only 2 more strings.
I know, but I have hard enough time with 4 strings.
I don't either.
It's in the key of B.
Yeah, but...
Da 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 B B B B 2 to 5. And then you know it from there. We'll get it. It'll be easy. It'll be fun. Won't it?
The key of B.
Yeah.
Neighborhood of B, boys. Neighborhood of B.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Da 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 da. Is that B? Here, give me your guitar. I'll make a fool of myself.
Let's go play guitar.
Come on, John, help us. I'm not sure where it goes.
I'll have to take this capo off. I'm sorry.
Give him a guitar.
I don't know how to use one of these things.
Somebody get a picture of this.
I've been working out in the rain, tied to this sturdy old ball and chain. Oh, dear mother, I'll come home some old day. Some sweet day they'll turn me loose from the sturdy old calaboose. Oh, dear mother, I'll come home some old day. Up to the E. Some old day, you'll wait for me and pray. Oh, dear mother, I'll come home some old day. Some sweet day they'll turn me loose from the sturdy old calaboose. Oh, dear mother, I'll come home some old day. Somebody take it. best friends that I've ever had. Oh, dear mother, I'll come home some old day. Some old day. You'll wait for me and pray. Oh, dear mother, I'll come home some old day. Some sweet day they'll turn me loose from this dirty old calaboose. Oh, dear mother, I'll come home some old day. Just tag it. Oh, dear mother, I'll come home some old day.
John Cowan on the human voice and the six-string guitar.
Yeah, man.
Thanks, John.
Thank you for your tolerance, folks.
I thought he could play a guitar. Huh?
Yeah, he was just fooling us.
Yeah, you're going to have to worry about me, Doc.
Now, Cliff Miller played with Doc from about, what did you say, 1977 to...
Philly 85 to 75, no, 77 to about 85, something like that. And just kind of filling in. Merle's doing some producing and stuff.
Merle was producing and building houses and things like that, and so Cliff would go out on the job, and I bet a lot of people thought you were Merle, too, didn't they?
You know, it was a little bit funny sometimes. It got confusing sometimes, till Michael got me a T-shirt that says, "I'm not Merle."
I got to tell you also that Cliff does all the great sound around the festival, so he deserves a big hand for that. What you got for us?
And thanks to Buck, too.
Thank you, Buck. And thanks to about the 40 other people that make my job easy all weekend. Thanks, everybody, for all the stages and all the work that they do on all the other stages. The engineers, the other engineers deserve a big hand there. Wake up, Buck. Well, you know, like David said, yeah, going back, actually, early 70s is when first started hanging around Doc and Merle and a lot of these guys up here on stage doing sound, traveling with them, and got flying around all over the country. But over the years and growing to know the family and learning a lot of stuff from Merle, you know, the family part of it is just what sticks with you more than anything else. And coming to this festival, you know, I know the headline used to always be Merlefest, the homecoming. Mm-hmm. But it really is. I mean, that's not just a word they put up there. I mean, for a lot of us, for many years, it was the only time of the year we would get to see each other. But it has become where now we see so many of you every year, and you're bringing your kids, and everybody's kind of growing up here, and all the kids running around having a great time. It just, you know, in Merle's memory, it just means so much to us to make this a family gathering for all the families that come and love music and just love being together. So
that's right.
Thank you for coming.
Is that a song?
Gonna pick something, Doc? I don't know.
What you want to do first in the medley, Bill Cheatham?
Yeah, well, yeah. Should we flat pick something, Michael?
Yeah.
Is that?
Go ahead, man.
Well, I'll tell you, the last time I flat picked something was about 8 years ago.
If you lost your pick, I got some with tread on them over here. I'll lend you one.
Yeah, I came up to Cliff about 5 minutes before we started and said, "Cliff, you're flat picking."
And playing the part of the flat picking guitar will be John Cowan.
I'll do it at a slow pace, Cliff, reasonably slow, so you can. Oh, you want to do it, A?
Yeah, let's do.
I was going to do it in G, but all right.
That's got to be easy to put.
Let me get there. That guitar's kind of bright, ain't it, son? Yeah.
I put light gauge strings on because when I don't know the songs, I can stretch them a long way.
right, Cliff.
It's just like falling off a bicycle. You don't forget.
You know,
Sometimes you bleed.
for not being rehearsed, that wasn't half bad, boy. My senior moments got in the way there, and my fingers wouldn't do what I wanted them to.
Joe Smothers, you played with the Frosty Morn band for how long? How long was that?
Gosh, 4 or 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
And then we, there before Merle passed away, he was coming down with Jack Lawrence and I. Jack and I had a duo. And Merle was doing some trio stuff with us around Charlotte and Rock Hill, and just miss him every day. And I know talking to Rosalie today, they miss him every hour, and most of us miss him every day. The thing about Merle, Merle's a deep thinker, and a lot of people don't know, but he was a very patriotic person. It was back during the time when it was kind of hip not to talk well of your country. This is right after Vietnam, and I'll tell you what, Merle stuck up for what was right. And I'd like to do a song for him. This is a tune that I worked on a couple of years ago when a gentleman sent me an email telling me how Taps was written back during the Civil War, and he said this would be a kind of a great thing right now with our country at conflict and our boys in harm's way, for people who don't know the story of how Taps was written to maybe hear it in a song. And so I took the basic story and put it into this little format. Let me, if you could help me out, Doc, just a little bit.
Listen to the first turn
There we
around
go.
of it and see what I can do.
There we go.
Fair enough.
Was in the town of Reedsville when I was just a kid. My grandpa come to pick me up like he always did. Every Wednesday morning, come rain or come shine, to spend some time with his little man down at Woolworth's 5 and Dime. Yeah, but on this Wednesday morning, we didn't go to town. He took me to a graveyard where there were people gathered round. A flag draped box beneath a tent with old men in funny hats. And they stood and saluted when Papa played cornet. And after it was over, I said, "Sir, did you know that man? And did they really bury him way down in the ground?" I saw a tear in your eye as you softly played. So please, sir, tell me, Papa, what made you cry today? He said, "Son, I didn't know him, but it matters not at all. It's like him I served my country, and we gather when we're called. And that won't no cornet boy, but a bugle that I played. Now I'll tell you about that special song that you first heard today. working out in the graveyard, my papa told me. He said it was back in 1862, son, in the war between the states. It was up in Virginia, on a battle that took place. It was Harrison's Landing, son, where the ground was turned to red, with the blood of the young soldiers who fought where they were led. And that night after the battle, there was a Robert Ellicombe. He was the captain of the Union boys. He was dreaming of his home. And there he heard a moaning sound somewhere in the night. And he struck out for a wounded soul in hopes to save his life. For you see, in the darkness, Robert couldn't tell if that boy was friend or foe. So he gently carried him back to camp that night. And by the fire glow, the young man breathed his last breath. Another rebel soul had died. And then numbness hit poor Robert as in the firelight. Well, he recognized his eyes and nose. He recognized his mouth. Realized this was his only son who'd moved down to the south. To study music was his boy's only dream before that damned war broke out. He hadn't seen him in over a year, but this was him, there was no doubt. So Robert asked to bury his son and have the band to play a funeral dirge for his dear boy that he just lost today. The captain said the band would not play no song, but since it was his only son, he was going to give him just one man. So Robert chose the bugle for his son's final sound, and asked the bugler please to play the music notes he'd found. Scribbled in the dying hand he knew was his son's own. And there that day was the first time the taps was ever blown. But we've long since lost my grandpa, but to my dying day I won't forget that frosty morn when Papa passed away. And in that same old graveyard where he told the tale to me, I played taps for Papa on the horn he left to me. So now y'all heard the story of how this came to be, that these haunting simple bugle notes could mean so much to me. Another fallen soldier is laid down in his grave in the land he fought and died for, while taps is gently played.
Thank you,
Joe
Joe.
Smothers.
I'm sure Merle would have agreed with the sentiment in that song. And young fellas, think about it, and think about what freedom's worth.
Absolutely.
Bob Hill, you played with the Frosty Morn band, played piano most of the time. I see you got a little portable piano there in your hand. What are you going to play for us?
I've been having a flood of memories this morning. I was spent the night last night up in the Boone Deep Gap area with my good old friend Joe Todd and his son Elliot, and we were coming down this morning on the Dock and Merle Highway, and the last 31 years just passed by in front of me. I'm so lucky to have been associated with them and still be associated with them. This is the highlight of my year. My friends here, Doc and Merle and Nancy and Rosalie, Michael and Joe are my real family. I got a real family at home, but they're my real family too. So I just started thinking about this old song. It's an old Bob Dylan song called "It Takes a Lot to Laugh and a Train to Cry." It's got a quick 5 chord on it. Well, I ride on the mail train. I can't buy a thrill. Been up all night, mama, leaning on the windowsill. And if I die on top of the hill, well, if I don't make it
know my baby will. Well, now wintertime is coming. The windows are filled with frost. I went to tell everybody, but I could not get across. Now I wanna be your lover, baby. Don't wanna be your boss. Lord, Lord, don't say I never warned you when your train gets lost. Richard. Don't that sun look good sinking down into the sea? Don't the moon look good, mama, coming up over the trees? Don't that brakeman look good flagging down the double E? No, no. Don't my gal look fine when she's coming after me? How about you, Doc? My gal look fine when she's coming after me.
Thank you, Bob.
Thank you very much.
Bob Hill.
Appreciate it.
Now, T. Michael, these guys traveled 1,000,000 miles, I read, and I bet you were on most of those miles with them.
At least 1,000,000 miles. I was. Thanks, David. Everyone has put it so well about what the Watson family means to us. And you get to experience this festival here is a picture of what it was like to be involved in the Watson family. You can bring your kids. They take care of you. They try to provide you with the best accommodations. They care about, each of you coming here and enjoying yourselves. And that's what it was like on the bus. We would get in our Winnebago, actually, the Flying Winnebago, and Rosalie would have it stocked with all the food, all the favorite foods we liked. There would be something for Merle and something for me and something for Joe and Doc and Bob. They made sure that we felt like we were at home even though we were rolling down the road in New Mexico at 3 o'clock in the morning. So I think the Watson family and Merle Watson, his inspiration, deserve a large hand for taking care of us and you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you much, buddy.
And John Cowan, I'm going to play guitar. Not only one. Doc, the highest form of flattery is imitation.
Hey, God, John got his bass.
All right. It's a D, John. Doc, I want to play Sadie.
Doc Watson. And I'll pick it like Merle. Or, no, that's wrong. I will try. Merle taught me how to sort of do a John Hurt style on guitar. And people may not know this, but I did play some of the guitar on some of the records.
Yeah, you did.
I did.
Yes, he did.
And not very well.
That's why you play bass.
That's true. Strings are too small on this thing. Okay, Doc Watson, start the song off for us, would you?
Hey, Michael.
No, you sing it first.
High on the hill sits a whippoorwill, singing out his old lonesome song. Is it he, or I wonder if it's me, thinking of my true love that's gone? I forgot the words. Sadie, Sadie, oh what a lady. Sadie, Sadie, oh what a girl. Sadie, Sadie, oh what a lady. Sadie, Sadie, you're my world.
Okay, here we go.
He's from the
The scent of your hair.
Michael, I forgot it. You should have sprung it on me yesterday.
The
Sorry about
scent
that.
of your hair and your pretty face so fair haunts me when I'm away from you. Pretty eyes that say I love you every day, turning on my stormy skies.
Now you get the
blue.
harmony. Sadie, Sadie, oh what a lady. Sadie, Sadie, oh what a girl. Sadie, Sadie, oh what a lady. Sadie, 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 you're my world.
Pick it, Doc. Won't you meet me tonight where the moon shines bright under that old lonesome pine? I'll ask until that you tell me that you will, that you'll forever be
I
mine.
need you, girl.
Sadie,
Sadie, oh what a lady. Sadie, Sadie, oh what a girl. Sadie, Sadie, oh what a lady. Sadie, 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 you're my
okay, pick it, I will.
Pick it, white trash.
Chorus.
Sadie, 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 oh what a lady. Sadie, Sadie, oh what a girl. Sadie, Sadie, oh what a lady. Sadie, 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 you're my world.
Thank you, Michael. And you wrote that song too, didn't you?
I writ that one.
Yes, that good.
Hey, T,
Yes, sir.
buddy, next time you're going to bring up one that I hadn't played in 20 years, son.
People go to a car race to see the wreck.
Thrills and chills on the Watson stage.
Does it not make it more interesting?
Hey, does this,
Michael, who wants canned music?
this counts as next year's rehearsal, right?
Right. Thank you for indulging me, but I had to do that.
Well, that was wonderful, Michael. Thank you. Richard Watson, Merle's son. What are you going to play for us, Richard?
Well, we haven't played Summertime yet.
Oh, better do that. Better do that.
One
One of the great ones.
Now, you fellas can strum along quietly and let me and Richard kind of forefront this, would you?
In other
and
words,
Michael,
shut
be sure
up.
and fill in the bass on this.
Me and Cal, we got it.
Wait, I got to fix a wire. Don't nobody pick. One more. Sadie got it plumb out of tune there, Richard. Summertime and the living is easy. Fish are a jumping and the cotton is high. Your pap is rich and your mammy's good looking. Little baby, honey, don't you cry. One of these mornings, you're gonna rise up singing. You'll spread out your wings and take to the sky until that day. You can hush up your crying, 'cause your mammy and your pappy standing by. I'll play it pretty soon. Summertime and the living is easy. Catfish are jumping and that old cotton is high. Your pap is rich and your mammy's good looking. Come on, honey, now go to sleep. Hush, little baby, honey, don't you cry. Hush, little baby, don't you cry.
Doc Watson, Richard Watson. Thank you, Richard. That was beautiful.
David, I believe I made up for my mistakes.
I believe that was about as beautiful as it gets. We got two more songs. Charles Welch knew Merle when they were just young boys. So he's known Merle as long as anybody here. And what you got for us, Charles?
Well, I'd like to say that I met Merle not through music. We went to school together. I met Merle when I was probably 14 or 15. Merle was, about that same age. I remember when he got his first car.
What was it?
It was just a beautiful 1965, a brand new one now. It's a It was a 1965 Galaxy 500 Ford. Right. I mean, just a beautiful car. Red. Yeah, had the big V8 motor, and it was just a, you know. And I'm gonna tell you, for a teenager, you know, to have a nice ride was something else.
And how much was gas?
I think it was like 50 cents a gallon. No, 32 cents a gallon or something. But Merle was such a neat person. I was about 16, and Merle said, "Listen, won't you ride up to I think it was College Park, Maryland, Doc." He said, "Won't you ride up with me and Dad to a festival?" And I said, "Golly, I don't know. I didn't have but like a couple of bucks. I'm a teenager in high school." And I said, "I don't know, Merle. If it takes money, I won't be able to go." And he said, "Oh, no, you won't need any money." He said, "You just go and help drive a little, and it'll be fine." And I was just sitting here thinking, the both of us were teenagers, and Doc headed out with us in a,
No, I wasn't afraid to ride with our boy.
I know.
No time, no how, no time.
Yeah.
He was a careful driver, especially when his pappy was with him and I didn't fuss at him.
Yeah. I didn't. Merle was a very responsible person.
He loved his mama, and he didn't want to wreck and have kill himself and worry her.
Well, actually, I said, "Mom, I'm going to, if you don't care, I'm going to ride up to Maryland with Doc, Doc and Merle." And she said, "Well, I believe it'll be okay. I know he's a responsible kid. I'm probably a little more responsible than myself, but yeah, Merle was just such a cool guy and such a big heart, and I know he had many professional friends, but he also had many non-professional friends like myself, and he never forgot them. It might be 3 or 4 years that I wouldn't see Merle because I moved away to work, and Merle was touring with Doc just every day, and we would run up on each other, and I know you guys remember the firm handshake and the nice smile and, "Hey, how you doing?" That deep voice that Merle had. And I remember when Richard and Karen were kids, and I remember when Richard was born. And I'll say one more little thing, and then I'll ask Doc to pick a tune with me. I finally did learn 2 or 3 chords over the years, but actually I'm a construction worker. But I think Rosalie told me this one time. Someone asked Richard who I was, and Richard was a little kid, and he said, "I don't know, it's just somebody that Dad pals around with." And so, that's good enough for me, palling around with Merle. Yeah.
Charles, let's pick that solid going, and I'll see if I can remember the words to how it went. Me and Merle used to pick the strings off of guitars on this, and
okay,
I'll give you the walk up and you get her.
I might need just a little more monitor there.
Yeah, give him a little more monitor on his guitar. Monitor.
Okay, maybe I can hear enough to play that. Okay, go ahead, Doc.
There you go. Thank you. Here you go, Charles. Sometimes I'm happy and sometimes I'm blue. Today I feel so lonesome, I don't know what to do. My blue-eyed babe, she's solid gold. Oh Lord, I love that woman, but she's gone. I know I'm gonna miss her since she's gone. She's solid gold. Would you listen to that engine go a-rumbling down the track? They're taking her away, oh God, and it ain't gonna bring her back. And now she's gone. She's solid gone. Pick it, Charles. When my baby left me, she even took my shoes, and that's enough to give a man those doggone worried blues. And now she's gone, she's solid gone. Oh yes, I love that woman, but she's gone, and I know I'm gonna miss her since she's gone. She's solid gone. Pick it, Charles. Would you listen to that engine go a-rumbling around the curve? She's a whistling, woo, blowing, and a straining every nerve, and now she's gone. She's solid gone. Show 'em how she sounded, Charles. She's solid gone. Wait a minute. No. You know, there was some little funny things that happened when Merle was little that I still chuckle about, and his mama does too. One time, the first little old house we moved out and rented, Merle was 4 years old, and I had sweet talked an old boy in Boone out of a big old floor model radio, and Merle was laying on the floor in front of that listening to Eddie Arnold sing Tennessee Stud. Now wait a minute, I ain't gonna sing that. Just hold still, let me tell you the story. And Merle listened carefully to the adventure in the song, and he jumped up and run in the kitchen where his mama was and said, "Mama, I don't see why they couldn't have called it the Carolina Stud." One other little thing, I'm going to tell this one too. Merle and I, he wasn't over much over 4 then. I went to the woods to get me a good pole of dry stove wood to cut up, and I got the thing cut down, and the little end of it was about the size of, well, maybe a 12-gauge shotgun shell, and the back end of it run back way yonder, big enough to, well, it was a long post of wood. And I balanced that thing on my shoulder, and little old Merle was guiding it up the path for me, and no weight on him at all. He was just guiding the end of the pole. And the back of that thing hit a big old blackjacket's nest up in the crotch of a big tree. And I said, "Run, honey, they'll sting you." And I threw that pole down and laid down and played dead, because I knew they'd cover me up. And I laid there like a dead man, and they hunted for me like dive bombers, but they didn't find me. And I got up after they quietened down and went back up to that busted nest, and when I heard them quit whizzing around up there, I eased up and went up and got the little end of that pole and dragged it up across the hill. And them little feet come a-flying back through the leaves, David, and said, "Did they sting you, Daddy?" I said, "No, son, I played dead." He said, "I see you fall down." Let me get in gear here, David.
We're going to close out with one more great song. Get Richard to do a little blues picking here on an old tune called "You Don't Know My Mind."
This is one of the ones. This is one of the ones that me and Merle and T. Michael and Joe and Bob used to fool around with. Track to see my pony run. If he spends money on, I'm gonna take my gal some. Hey, you don't know my mind. When you're see me laughing, I'm laughing just to keep from crying. I left my sweet mama standing in the door. She looked after me a-crying. She said, you won't come back no more, sweet daddy. You don't know my mind. No, you don't know my mind. Pick another one, David. Sweet mama, can you stand to say goodbye? She say, yes, sweet daddy. Can you stand to see me cry, honey? You don't know my mind. When you see me laughing, I'm laughing just to keep from crying. Got a pocket full of dimes, house full of young'uns, and now one mine. Lord, you don't know my mind. When you see me laughing, I'm laughing just to keep from crying. Take her out, David. Thank you, folks, and God bless you all. We'll see you next year if the Lord's willing.
Thank you, folks.
Family and friends of Merle Watson, Charles Welch, Richard Watson, T. Michael
Thank you,
Coleman.
Charles. Thank you, Joe. And thank you, David. Thank you, Michael. And thank you, Bob. And thank you, Richard.
Thank you,
John.
Doc.
Okay, having a special announcement. Mona Jeffries, if you can hear my voice, please report to the rescue tent to see your husband. That's Mona Jeffries. Let's see if Brother David's over at the cabin stage. I think he's got some raffle business to tend to.
Okay, folks, we're going to give you the results of the silent auction. The first item is the R.G. Abernathy custom molded shoes. And the winner is Michael Ryan. Michael Ryan. You need to come back to the raffle tent and make arrangements for getting those shoes. The next item is a Regal G100 mandolin. And the winner is Eric Horowitz. Eric Horowitz.
This festival is about the music of Merle Watson and Doc Watson, Richard Watson, all the Watson family. We can never forget Eddie Merle Watson. That's why Wayne Hayes gave us a song to sing at Merlefest every day. And here to close out Merlefest 2005 with Wayne Hayes' song is Bill Mathis and Arthur Doc Watson.
Thank you, folks. I guess I'm out there. Okay, thank you very much. It's always a pleasure to come and do this little tribute to Merle. It was written by the late Wayne Hayes. And Bill Mathis was a good friend of Wayne's. And Wayne asked him before he left this old world for a better one. He said, Bill, I want you to do this tribute. And Bill's been faithful to come, several years now to do it. And I consider it a privilege to sit here and maybe sing a little harmony on part of the chorus. I'm a little loud out in the house, cutting it back just a shaving. Yeah, there you go. I'll sing a little harmony on the chorus with Bill and try to play as pretty as I can on the guitar and simple. None of them flying notes that you can't hear.
Play all you want to, Doc. It's okay. It's been a great festival. I'm proud to be part of it. I'll tell you that.
He learned to pick the guitar while his dad was on the road. Doc Watson was a model for his son. While Doc sat center stage and sang, Merle played the lead. And now we don't have Merle to pick around with anymore. But from the Blue Ridge Mountains of Carolina, California by the sea, Doc and Merle made music a way of life. And they never once forgot their roots from where their music came. Now Merle's gone to heaven and we're singing once again. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? When God's heavenly choir sings, he'll have Merle pick and lead in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Yes, Merle will be missed by his loved ones left behind. His Gallagher guitar once touched us all. His daddy was his daddy, but most of all his friend. And someday he'll have Merle to pick around with once again. Now Merle's gone to heaven to pick flat top for his Lord. He'll play for him treasures untold. He'll be missed by bluegrass fans, just like you and me. His daddy, but most of all his mama Rosalie. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? When God's heavenly choir sings, he'll have Merle pick and lead in the sky, Lord, in the sky. A festival for Merle, his family, fans, and all his friends. Each year in these mountains Merle loves. Someday we'll be together in a land that never ends. We'll pick again with Merle on the golden shores above. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? When God's heavenly choir sings, he'll have Merle pick and lead in the sky, Lord, in the
the circle be unbroken. By and by, Lord, by and by. When God's heavenly choir sings, he'll have Merle pick and lead in the sky, Lord, in the sky. In the sky, Lord, in the sky.
Thank you, folks. Good night, and God bless you all.
God bless you, Doc. We love you. May God bless all of you. Thanks so much for being here. We really appreciate you. Hope the next year keeps you all safe and well, and we'll see you back on April 27th through April 30th, 2006 for the 19th annual Merlefest, the Merle Watson Memorial Festival. Be good, folks.